Hello, good evening 10th class. This is Dharmesh from Nethaji English Medium High School. So this will be like a revision class for you all. So I will be uploading whatever the 10th class grammar comes for the FA1 examination. So I hope this will be very useful to you. I'll go with what are the contents of the grammar. So let us see what is grammar. So one must be very careful with the spelling of grammar. It is G-R-A-M-M-A-R, which means grammar. It is the science of language. Grammar is the science of language. What is science of language? Science of language means it is a systematic way of learning English in a chronological order. So this is all basics. Grammar teaches us how to write a word, how to write a sentence, how to form them. So it includes everything. We'll start from the very basics of grammar, which is very useful for the secondary school students, especially 6th to 10th classes. So today in this session I will be focusing on 10th class contents of the grammar. I will start with articles. We have three articles, a and the. We know very well that there are 26 letters in English literature and they are called alphabet. Everybody thinks that 26 letters that are put in English is called alphabets, which is completely a misconception. They are simply alphabet. Alphabets means there is another meaning. Alphabets represents group of languages. So alphabets represents group of languages. Alphabet means 26 letters in English literature, right? What are the usages or what are the positions of these three articles, a and the? Let us go in detail. Article A is used for the words that starts with a consonant. What are consonants? So we'll see literature, that is alphabet, is divided into three divisions: vowels, consonants, and semi-vowels. You know very well, vowels are A, E, I, O, U. Semi-vowels are W, Y, whereas 5 plus 2, 7, out of 26, 7 are vowels and semi-vowels, remaining 19 are consonants, like B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, so on. Remaining 19 are consonants. We use the article A before a word which starts with consonants and as well as semi-vowels. Let us take an example. Book. Before the word book, we will be using article A. We cannot use article an because an is used only for the vowels. provided there are some conditions. Let us discuss that conditions in detail in the later session. So, we cannot also use article for plurals. Here books represents plurals. So, we are not supposed to use articles A for books, since this is against the rule of usage of articles. So, here it is very clear that article A is used for singular denotions. At the same time, article A is used for the words that starts with a consonant. Well, next, vowels. Vowels are used for the words which starts with A, E, I, O, U. Now, I will use article and for any of these letters, like let us take egg. Egg is a word which starts with a vowel. Before that vowel, we must use, before that word, we must use article and. There are some exceptions. Suppose this is R, H-O-U-R-R, but its pronunciation starts from O. Since H is omitted, which is silent, we will use article and even though this is a consonant. So, these kind of exceptions will also be studied in the later session in detail. We'll see what makes a word, what makes a sentence. So, we already discussed the noun in simple means. Coming to higher level of education, noun means a naming word, and when to use pronoun. So, pronoun is used instead of noun. Suppose I am talking about Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar is a famous cricket player. Sachin Tendulkar plays even in tricky situations. So every time using Sachin Tendulkar looks very odd. So I want to use a male identity, he instead of Sachin Tendulkar. So he is used for masculine gender. Genders are three types: masculine gender, feminine gender, and neutral gender. Now I am talking about female identities. In that case, I will use she. She represents feminine gender, and neutral gender, that is it. It represents neutral gender. So we have three types of pronouns personally. First person personal pronoun, second person personal pronoun, third person personal pronoun. Let us study about that in detail in the later session. We'll go for verb. In simple means action of doing work. So in simple words, action of doing work. Action of doing work. Any actions represents verb. Suppose I am teaching. I am teaching. Here teaching represents verb. I am listening. So here listening represents verb. So verbs are again different in different situations, different in tenses, like present tense, past tense, future tense, and there is another category V4 which is called V1 plus ing. Let us go and learn what is adverb. Adverb is a word which qualifies or which gives information about verb. For example, I am teaching clearly. So teaching is verb. How the teaching is done? which is clearly, therefore clearly becomes adverb. Here we must remember a note. Most of the times, our note says that most of the times, not all the times, any word which ends with ly are adverbs. Not all the time, but most of the time, like clearly, easily, simply, fastly, all they become adverbs. Next comes adjective. Adjective is a word that qualifies or gives information about noun. So this is a small difference. Adverb qualifies verb, adjective qualifies noun. A.R. Rahman is a legendary musician. A.R. Rahman is a legendary musician. Musician is common noun here. What kind of musician A.R. Rahman is? He is a legendary musician. Therefore, legendary becomes adjective. So, immediately we'll see what is a preposition. In the name itself, it is clearly mentioned preposition. So if we combine this preposition, we call it as preposition. It is a word which is used before a noun or a pronoun. Usage of prepositions play a major role in sentence forming. Let us take one sentence as example. I am looking through the window. Here, what is a preposition? As we discussed, a word which is used before a noun or a pronoun is a preposition. Here, along with the article, the window is a noun. Whatever comes just before the noun becomes preposition. Let us see one more example. He is looking into my eyes. He is looking into my eyes. My eyes, it's noun. Into is preposition. Here, through is a simple preposition. Combination of any two